Now, traffic authorities around the country are stepping up their operations. Officials say that the roads are busier than last year. There's also been a high number of crashes. Let's discuss this with Transport MEC Jacob Mamabolo here in the Gauteng province. Thank you so much for your time, MEC. We do appreciate it. I know that most people have been leaving Gauteng to spend their holidays elsewhere in other provinces. But speak to us about what the roads are looking like, because we also have lots of people coming into the province. Is it a concerning picture, or are things looking a little better?
Well, firstly, happy Christmas to you, Heidi, to your colleagues, and to all the viewers. Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you on Christmas Day. Thanks a lot. I must say, it's the first time that I work on this day, but having to save lives, it's even very much more important. Now, just an overview of the state of our roads during this critical period is that if I were just to start with the last 24 hours, the period is deeply, deeply worrying and concerning. And this is because just yesterday, leading to the evening, we have seen already 3 accidents on Trichard Road, on Zambezi, on the Jamestown South, 25th, which is today, during the curfew hour at 1 o'clock in the morning. There was a death on the road, and this was in Benoni, where a motorist, a car overturned and ejected the driver out of the car, and reportedly the driver lost their life. So clearly the picture that we are seeing on the road is that of a grave concern, in the sense that we're seeing fatalities on our roads, crashes, accidents, at the time when, people should be really enjoying themselves with their families, their loved ones, but we're still seeing difficulties on the road.
Yeah, it's a very concerning picture. I want to speak about whether or not there are enough officials on the ground. And the reason why I ask this is because driving down to the Eastern Cape, it's an 11-hour drive, and not once did we spot any police officers, traffic officials, roadblocks. There was absolutely nothing. We saw absolutely nothing for 11 hours straight. And I ask this because I wonder whether or not you see significance in the efforts of roadblocks and making sure that people adhere to the rules and regulations of the road. Because if we're seeing so many crashes and the picture's so bleak, sometimes people ask, what's the point of all of this?
So let me mention 2 points, if you permit me, to try and engage you on the question. The very first one is that in the period leading to today, we have been in the Free State with the minister on the launching the road safety campaign, and Minister Fikile Mbalula did announce that there will be visibility, presence of police on the road. We have being right here in our province on the N1 a day before yesterday. We were with the minister when he launched, when he unveiled the statistics of state of our roads. Just yesterday, I was with my colleague in Mpumalanga. We were on the Moloto Road at the border of Mpumalanga and Gauteng province. And so the second part is that whilst the law enforcement agencies are on the road, but obviously we do have many roads. They may not be on all of them, and I wouldn't deny the point you're making about your own experience when you were driving. But having said that, please permit me to say the following. One is that road safety, saving lives of people on our roads, is a partnership. It is a partnership between road users, law enforcement, NGOs and civil society organizations that promote road safety. All of us have a responsibility. Just when we were on the roads, including yesterday, what has been deeply worrying is that whilst drivers of vehicles put on safety belts, the complete neglect of putting on safety belts by passengers is quite high. It's quite alarming. I've seen it also private vehicles. Passengers are not fastening their seat belts. In public transport, in the taxis, one driver yesterday even said that passengers in taxis, when they say to them, fasten your seatbelt, some of them refuse. So this whole issue of fastening of seatbelts, it's a major, major concern because passengers are dying on the roads. The drivers do fasten and they become safe. And we need to attend to this issue. The other one is the use of cell phones. During this period, people are traveling, are making arrangements for Christmas celebrations. They are on the phone. They are texting, sending messages. I would like to say to you and to all the viewers, when a driver is using a cell phone whilst driving, that driver is effectively not in the car. They've checked out. They are not there. That car is literally moving alone because the driver is focusing on other things. We've seen cars that are not roadworthy. People make decisions to take to the road. Cars that are not roadworthy, whilst they know that. People are speeding. These are decisions that they make. Behavior, conduct of people. Even during this period of curfew, we've seen people driving during the curfew period. Some of them plan their trips in a manner that put them in trouble with the curfew period. They drive very fast, hoping to beat the curfew hour. So all this indicates that we need to change paradigm. We need to change our approach in the sense that we do not live our lives for the police. Our lives are not in the hands of law enforcement. We need to see road safety as a partnership. Everybody who goes behind the steering, everybody who gets into a vehicle, pedestrians that are crossing the road, all of us must do our part, must realize that our lives are really in our hands. We mustn't pose a threat to the lives of others on the road. So, and the police must also do their part. Police must enforce rules of the road, traffic laws, without fear or favor, because there are law-abiding citizens who are threatened by others. So what I'm saying is, whilst police really should do their part, but I think we will be a far much better country, far much better province, if we appreciate, internalize, and accept that it is us and us alone who make decisions about what speed we drive at, whether to use a cell phone, safety belts, reckless driving. All those are behavior and conduct worse in a period of COVID-19, even driving during curfew hour. So we must say to all motorists, and let's appeal to all road users, passengers, everybody, let us abide by the rules of the road. Let us do the right thing. Let us respect human life. Let us protect and preserve our own lives.
Certainly, I agree with you, and I just wish that people would actually listen. MEC, I've just been alerted by the producers that apparently the N1 towards Pretoria, near the Olifantsfontein off-ramp, that road has been closed, and I'm not sure if you are aware of what exactly is going on there.
Well, that's not, let me first start by saying I'm not aware, but that's not far from where I stay, so I can quickly go check. If the road is closed on a Christmas day, that is deeply worrying. We must go and support motorists and law enforcement. At this point, the report I have received were up to 12 o'clock today, and I have not received any report. So it could have been up to 12 o'clock when I was preparing for this interview. But I will check, even if I call law enforcement, but because it's just here 3 minutes away, I can also go check myself. But I think the message remains, people that are currently celebrating Christmas Day, some of them are likely to get onto the road. Some of them would have had something, a drink of one type or another not allowed during the Christmas celebrations. And I want to appeal to all of them that as and when you get to the roads, make sure that you're not under the influence of alcohol. Do not drive the car. Even if you think it's just a short distance, you could meet an accident on the road. And we must also appeal to people that even also the risk of COVID-19, less movement is much more better. And of course, we understand people must celebrate this crucial period, but human life is the most profound principle in the constitution of our country, is the most important right to every person. Let us respect human life. It's what makes our constitution one of the best in the world.
MEC, I've actually just received more pictures from our producers. There's been a major accident just after Olifantsfontein, and the N1 is closed, and it seems to be heavily backed up. So hopefully that will be sorted out quite soon. But just lastly, MEC, I want to speak on the fact that we've been experiencing a lot of rains lately here in Gauteng, and the roads, of course, have deteriorated, especially with potholes that were already there, now getting even bigger. I'm sure this is a big concern for you, and hopefully this is top of your agenda to try and sort out, hopefully not too late in the new year.
Yes, Heidi, let me say that you're spot on. I should have also said that state of the road is not just about the culture of using the roads. It's also about the state of infrastructure. And road maintenance is one of the critical issues. I'd just like to say to you and the viewers that on the 23rd in the morning, we had road maintenance work on Golden Highway. And just yesterday, as I was driving to the roadblock on the border with Mpumalanga on Moloto Road, I've seen potholes on the road. So the reality of the matter is, this period, it's a rainy period, and it's going to be, I think we're likely to also see heavy rains at the beginning of the year. So the solution to difficulties on the road is, whilst in the province we have a smart mobility program working with municipalities, fixing and patching the potholes, but at the same time, you can't bring complete end to potholes because they are caused by various factors on a consistent basis. What is the solution? Is, given the fact that the road might be at a risk in terms of its quality, again, the golden rule is drive carefully. Don't drive fast. Make sure that you are alert throughout. Make sure that your safety belt and that of passengers is on, because we may not know what happens as the road gets wet, water, heavy trucks. They can actually make the road very difficult to travel on. But as the provincial government, as government, we are working with our municipalities to fix the roads on the condition. And I must say, early next year, we will release a report by the CSIR, which we have commissioned to do a study on the work we have already been doing to fix potholes. They are also designing an app for us so that we can promptly and swiftly and quickly get a report on a pothole, dispatch a team to go fix it immediately. That app is coming. It will be a province-wide app developed by one of the best institutions, CSIR. It will be available to everybody. It will have GPS coordinates in which, once there's a pothole, we can move in, based on the smart mobility experiences, we can go and fix the road. So, but the rule remains. Let us be alert on the road. Let us be alert on the road. Let us drive carefully. Let us have human life on the back of our minds every time we drive.
Great. MEC, I shouldn't ask you this, but I'm going to. In 30 seconds, is there any update on on e-tolls?
Well, let me say that one of your colleagues, when the minister was releasing the statistics this week, did ask that question like you are asking. And Minister Honorable Mbaluda said to him in response that in the next budget speech by Minister of Finance, there will be an announcement on the matter.
Oh, great. Okay,
And
so we'll
remember
yes.
that we have said that an announcement for the residents of Gauteng means, and it's equivalent to, and it's a synonym, equal to scrapping the e-toll. So we are looking to 2022. That's the year when the e-tolls hopefully will be part of the history of this country. They remain a failure from conception to implementation, and we think the e-tolls have overstayed their welcome, and the sooner they go, the better. So the next budget speech, we're looking forward to that, and we're positive the people of Gauteng will get the best, which is being relieved of the cost of traveling and working, literally for travel costs. And they will get some money that they can be able to use, in the sense that that burden would have been removed. We look forward to that. And for us, e-tolls, we remain clear, must be scrapped. They have not served the purpose for which they've brought pain and suffering for the people.